Okay.
Welcome to Mix Diving. This is a series where we look into songs from our debut album, talk about the backstories, and dive into the mix sessions. So let's check out some tracks. So, Deflection of the Field is actually a song that we wrote back in 2012, I think.
Yeah, it was the third song.
Third song, right? I think it was in like a Boy Scouts kind of place, like
It's a community music center.
Yeah, right. An abandoned caravan where we took some sponges, put them on the walls and stuff, and went there and jammed. And this was born, I believe, in 2 hours or so.
Yeah. We were very proud of that at the time.
At the time, yeah. And this actual recording is a reincarnation. I believe it's the 10th version of this recording so far. Hopefully the last one. But yes, it's been about 8 years since we started working on that song, and now it's in full completion.
Before getting into the actual tracks, I think one of the cool parts about this particular song is that its entire session, the production, the recording and everything was actually a completely different session from the entire album. It was even before I actually joined the band, and it's the song that actually got me into the band. A good friend of mine, a producer of the Deflection of the Field sessions, he was supposed to be the mixing guy, the mixing and mastering guy as well, but for some reason I think he never got around to doing it, maybe he didn't have the time or something. So I jokefully told him, yeah, send me the tracks, I'll give it a shot, being a mixing enthusiast myself. So he sent me the tracks, I mixed the song, I sent it back to him, I guess he sent it back to you, and the rest is history.
So I guess this is you being casual.
Yeah. Cool, so let's dive in.
So yeah, I think what's cool about this part is playing with the bells and cymbals on the drum track. It's kind of a signature kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, going on with
The
the
beat
16th.
on the ride, and the offbeat on the bell,
Yeah.
and a lot of hi-hat touches. Yeah.
And it goes just as well with the harmonies on the lead guitars. Quite a special take.
Yeah, what I like about this one is usually the go-to way of when it comes to harmonies, especially guitar harmonies, is like thirds or fifths or maybe fourths, but you really get to see octaves as like a very fundamental part of the lead melody, and I think it really helps thickens it up and like blend very well with the rhythm guitars, and the lick itself, I think it's like very unorthodox lead lick, like very percussive and a lot of cool note choices.
What makes it so unique is the fact that it's not just, lengthy notes playing in harmony. It's just as about rhythmic as the entire backline.
So let's check out the verse.
It's time for me to come back home. I've been gone for far too long. Too much pressure overloaded.
So what's so cool about the musical approach to this part is it pretty much sums up what we like in our music production, which is like the straight beat to the 2s and the 4s with the bass and the snare, and everything's normal, and then we go out to the double time and it feels like running and running and running, and then back again to the...
It's all about the energy.
It's all about
Yeah, I
the
remember
energy,
when I was mixing the song, I remember it being like my favorite part of the song for like a few days of working on it. I think it really breaks the typical laid-back verse vibe thing.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, give it like a lot of energy, yet in a subtle way that fits just right.
Really out of the mold, yeah. The bell. I think the guitars represent as well the atmosphere, you know, with the clean guitar and like the overdriven one on top of it.
Yeah, actually, I really like the combination of clean and distorted guitar in the same part of the song. Usually, maybe the clean part will dominate like the C part or the bridge, and the distortion gets away with everything else, but here, like, very natural combination and really flatters each other.
It's almost unbelievable that in a part that sounds like that, you know, in the whole mix, there's something so subtle and...
It fits perfectly.
Yeah, it almost feels like an acoustic version. After the verse comes the pre-chorus, which takes the entire mix, you know, down to a more subtle place, a more peaceful, like, calm, which does represent the melancholic lyrics of that part. And, you know, that's something that we're very proud of, you know, our ability to take the meaning of the song and put it into a musical perspective. We talk about it all the time.
Deflection of the field, but I am not yet healed from hearing your voice speak in my mind. I tried, but
It helped like get excited about the lead harmonies and the guitars.
Yeah, there's
And
a lot of stuff going on here. There's like distorted guitars, clean guitars, lead guitars. Very subtle and
I
yet
could never
beautiful.
Could never hear that. Actually beautiful.
Check out the lead guitars.
Yeah, it actually goes amazing with the vocals on it.
It actually underlines the actual vocal line.
oh, it's time for deflection of the field, but I am not yet healed from hearing your voice speak in my mind.
Oh, and then in the second part of the pre-chorus comes the drums making, I think,
a little paradiddle pattern.
yeah, parallel pattern between the hi-hat and the ride. So let's get a hint of that.
It's like a guitar lick on drums. It's just technically, I think the pre-chorus actually has a lot more stuff jammed into it, like guitar-wise and stuff. It still feels very chill and laid back after like the double-time verse that fills you up with energy. So instead of just like building up towards the chorus,
Sometimes you have to go down.
yeah, you take a step back and then you punch him in the face.
You're right. What's so cool about the harmonies, vocal harmonies in this song is I think that's the only song where I do the harmonies alone. Mostly you join in and you guys. And what's so amazing about this is when we came to the production, I've had in mind just, you know, going in and one-taking everything and going home. But the producer had such an amazing idea in mind and, you know, doubling everything and putting on falsettos and stuff like that. So this is an example of the falsetto.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of knowledge about vocal production.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time for deflection of the field, but I am not yet
Oh, yeah.
healed.
Sexy boy.
Yeah, well, the isolated falsetto always sounds a little bit cringy, but it adds so much.
So the bass guitar also has a few tasty parts in the pre-chorus. Let's check it out.
Yes, this is it. This is it. So cool. It doesn't come on the beat. It comes like a couple of.
Yeah, it's a bit late.
It's a bit late,
but it
yeah.
gives it that, you know, that edge, that feel.
Thank you
you for watching the video. Tell us down in the comments if you like this sort of content. Like if you do, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check us out on social media down below. And Deflection of the Field is the song you just listened to. And don't forget that Remains is also out, so go ahead.